What's up, everybody? Dan is back. I told you I'll be back, and it's actually sooner than later. You see there's a space next to me with a couple of boxes sitting in front. So we're going to bring up the cameraman, DJ Johnny Guns, to kind of share some thoughts and views about this next review. What's up, homie?
What's up, my brother?
As you can see, if you don't already noticed by now, there's 3 boxes, all of which are not what you usually see from us as far as running sneakers are concerned. This time we're going to talk a little bit about Jordan, Jordan brand, something that him and I, both grew up with. Being that we're both 80s childs, so to speak. We grew up, watching the man play, seeing him from his rookie year all the way until he retired, and seeing every shoe along the way. For me personally, I've said it before in past videos, the Jordan 1's always been my personal favorite for a bunch of reasons. One being that
such a classic looking shoe, so many colorways, you could do so much with it. As far as we're talking ultra high tops, we're talking 3/4, retros, we're talking. It was just so much to do with that shoe, so many ways to make that shoe shine.
Yeah, man. A shoe that broke ground, it broke tradition, especially in the NBA.
It was banned.
It was banned. Yeah, they fined Nike and
$5,000 a game.
There you go. Every time he rocked them. So for me, being that bad boy type of image that Nike kind of put on with this shoe was cool. But then the other thing that really still sticks out in my mind until today. What an impact it had on skateboarding, on 80s skateboarding especially, from the Bones Brigade and everybody that kind of rocked, the Jordans and that are still, rocking them to this day, trying to bring them back. I've seen some dudes, wearing the retro 1's this year, the red and white, the Chicago's, the Royal Blues. Just such a classic shoe, man, and so that's why this has always been my favorite. So
let's tear the box open. Let's see what we got.
I kind of missed out on the first. Well, actually, I passed up on the Chicago's just because it was everyone wanted it, everyone had them. I was pissed off that I missed on the Royals, but I'm kind of glad I got this one. The Shadows, the OG Shadow colorway. Thanks to my man Blood Runs Black for hooking it up. Yo, Andrew, you're the man. But anyway, he found me a pair of the OG Shadows. Now, a lot of people didn't know that the Shadows actually dropped even back in the 80s. This was a colorway that
wasn't a popular colorway.
It wasn't a popular colorway, but because it was kind of kept under the radar a little bit.
Wasn't a game wearable shoe.
Right,
that was the issue.
Right. But it still debuted. It still was released back then, and definitely kind of people took a blind eye to it. But I was happy to hear that it was coming back, and being that I'm such a huge fan of the 1's, I had to get it. So I'm happy I got this one. I'm still waiting on the band that are coming out at the end of the year. But
I think they're calling them the What Ifs.
What ifs, whatever. I don't give a shit. As long as I get them, that's all I give a fuck about. All right, here you go, man. I ain't gonna front. Nike kind of is cheaping out on the materials. Back in the 80s when
we first had them.
When we first had them.
You sound old now,
yeah,
right?
dude. Fuck me.
Back in '85 when we first had them.
But the leather was premium, man. That shit was fucking top-notch quality leather, man. You could kind of run those
You didn't mind spending $150, or your mom didn't mind spending $150 on
not at all, man. And how much were they? They were like $120, I think.
Yeah, I think they were $120.
And that was expensive.
And that was a lot of money.
That was a lot of money, man. And I remember when they knocked off the ones with the Sky Jordans instead of the Air Jordans. Same fucking shoe, same colorways.
It didn't have the Air Jordan.
It didn't say Air Jordan, it said Sky Jordan on it. I think it was, I don't know, for little kids or whatever, but that was pretty dope too. But anyway, back to the shoe. The leather, not as good as it was. I mean, they're still trying to use premium leather material on the shoe.
We have to take it into consideration. Let's break this segment down. Let's break it down. Well, when you talk about shoes and you're talking about guys like Ronnie and Hannon, and you're talking about St. Alfred's, and you're talking about Concepts, and you're talking about these guys that do limited release sneakers, they can afford to use a premium. When we say premium leather, we're talking about a premium soft butter, something that you would see in a car seat, something you would see on a jacket, you know, real quality. When you're talking about a mass-produced shoe,
right?
Ronnie's shoes, I love them.
Oh,
you know, you're talking about 300 pairs worldwide. Right. You know, you're going to see 300 pairs coming through Foot Locker at the Jersey Gardens Mall.
Right.
Let's call it where it's at.
Absolutely.
You know, they can't afford to use the same quality.
Right.
And that's where they suffer. They suffer on the quality. My opinion, they suffer on the padding. Is not quite the same. When we do some reviews of some other sneakers here, we'll get down with that.
But here's my beef. If you're not going to use the quality materials,
don't charge the price.
Don't charge the price.
I got you.
You know, 150, 160 bucks, 175 bucks.
Yeah.
For, you know, substandard, subpar quality.
And that's box price. That's if you get them box price.
Exactly.
If you're paying eBay prices, you know, you might pay double or maybe, you know, 75% markup.
Right. So there you have it. I mean, Nike's just running the price up off of hype alone, because shit, I bet you this shoe probably cost fucking 20 bucks to make. If that. Probably all these shoes together, a max of 40 bucks to make. And they're charging stupid prices. But anyway, back to the shoe. Standard color, Jordan colorway, gray black. You know, I'm really not going to get too much into it. I mean, it's pretty standard as far as the Jordan motif colorway is concerned. The gray, the black, the nylon. You know, the tongue. It does have the Nike Air logo on it, which is dope. I know a lot of people were beefing about that, saying how, you know, they kind of wanted to bring that back.
Let me ask you a personal question when it comes to the logos and stuff like that. Last year, Nike dropped the 88 Cement 3s with the Nike Air logo on the back. Now, I know as a sneaker guy, when you saw somebody rocking a pair of original Cement 3s, or even the first go around for the retro in, what was it, 99? I think it was 99. Yeah, 99. They still use the Nike Air logo. You saw them up until a year ago, they broke necks. You saw somebody walk by and they had a pair of Cement 3s or Cement 4s and it said Nike Air. You were like, wow, that dude took good care of his shit. Now, you can't tell anymore. You know, I appreciate what they're doing. I just think they should just stick with one traditional, just let it, if you're gonna make the shoe, make it the exact way it was. Stop messing around.
I agree.
You know, the Jordan brand, we understand it's a brand, we understand he has a brand, but overall it's Nike that runs the company. And if it's going to be a Nike shoe,
it should say Nike
on it.
Listen, I totally agree with you. I know the Jumpman logo has been used for
my opinion is the Jumpman logo should be used for shoes for players that fall under the Jordan brand. Jeter has a shoe. You know, other players, other NBA stars that have a contract with the Jordan brand, that's where you use the Jumpman. I think that Jordan himself deserves the Nike Air logo.
Absolutely. Good point. I totally agree on that. I'm with you. I hope everyone else agrees. But
you know what? Well, listen, we welcome the feedback.
Absolutely.
You know, we're talking.
Absolutely.
It's just our opinion. You know, this isn't fact. This is just how we see it. You know. I'm a traditionalist when it comes to certain things.
We're bringing experience from years and years of seeing the shoes evolve.
Yeah, sure, come and go. I've seen sneakers come and go. I've seen prices up and down. You know, you see the price go up, and then when after they retro a shoe that they haven't retroed in a while, the 7's, the Bordeaux 7's, you couldn't find a pair of Bordeaux 7's. Now they're all over the place. You know, the original price, if you could find a pair of, you know, from the late 90s or the early 2000s, now the price has dropped dramatically because who wants to wear a shoe that, you know, might crack and break, Nike?
You know, exclusivity is not the key or the standard for Nike anymore. It used to be, but now it's
money.
Now it's money.
It's a business.
It's definitely being mass produced. I mean, shit, people still are missing out on a lot of these drops. I mean,
I'll tell you, what they yesterday? What was today was the drop for today was the drop for the retro 3s,
Fire
3s. We got those. I don't know if you remember. We took a trip to the mall a few years ago.
Yeah.
I'm saying a few years ago. When was the last time they retroed them? 07? 07 or 08?
It's been a while. I don't know the exact.
I think it was 07.
It's been a while.
Well, you and I were at the mall together, and we copped a pair of those. I remember.
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah. That's right. Yeah.
They had them, you know, and now they're redoing them again. I mean,
listen, man. You know, I'm a fan. There's pros and cons to bringing shoes back.
I just want them to bring them back the original
way they were, right?
Bring them back.
But doing it over and over and over again. I mean, shit, man. There's only fucking so much, you know, Cheerios you can eat every day until you get sick of it and you got to go to fucking Fruit Loops. You know what I mean? But that's how, you know, I feel about, you know, some of these shoes. Like, shit, I'll take the 1's every fucking year.
I like the ones.
You know what I mean?
I like the high ones. I like the original, like the '94.
Well,
you might remember the '94 retros. They were the high.
Do we really need them though that high? You know, now for what we do, we're not playing ball.
No, but you can't. I mean, these aren't even. You know,
it's not close to the height of the original shoe.
Technology has changed to the point where you wouldn't even ball in these shoes right now. If this shoe came out now, no basketball player would wear. Remember, like, you know, the Weapon, the Converse. You had the Weapon.
Right.
I mean, if they were ahead of their time at the time, but it's, you know.
Yeah. Listen, I'm happy to be able to get my hands on these again and
absolutely.
You know,